In the standard xy coordinate plane, what is the slope of the line with the equation 3x minus 5y equals negative 12? So we are currently on ACT skill number 14. So we want to know what is the slope. Well, let's put this into the form y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept form. So I'm going to start by moving the 3x to the opposite side. Remember, whenever you cross the equal sign, you change the sign. So it crosses over and becomes negative. Now to eliminate the negative 5, I'm going to do the opposite operation. Opposite of multiplying is dividing. Remember this negative 5, it has to belong to both items. So negative 3 divided by negative 5, well, negative divided by negative is a positive, and you have 3/5 x. I don't even care about this because the question says what is the slope? The slope is the number attached with the x, so the slope is going to be positive 3/5. Now, going back to when I taught Algebra 1, 2 years ago, a common misconception I saw was this. Students, when I'd say, what is the slope? They would write this down as the slope. This is not the slope. Slope is only the number in front of the x. Okay? Flip to the back side, please. In the standard xy coordinate plane, what is the slope of the line? So this is the exact same problem. So I want to have y on one side. I'm going to move the x's and the constants to the other. When the negative 9x moves across the equal sign, it changes signs. So it becomes a positive 9x. Dividing by 3. Remember this 3 belongs to both the 9x and the 5, but all I care about is what is the slope. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. Slope is 3. Problem done. Moving on to number 2, same concept again. So I want to take the 2x and move it to the opposite side. When it goes across the equal sign, it changes signs. Now to eliminate the 7, I'm going to divide because the opposite of multiplying is dividing. This belongs to both the negative 2x and the negative 14, but all we care about is the slope at this point. Negative 2 over 7, g. Slope-intercept form is what we've been working with. Y equals mx plus b is your slope-intercept form. So I want to leave the y on one side, and I'm going to move the constant and the x to the opposite side. Remember, when they cross over the equal sign, they change signs. So this becomes a negative 6x and a positive 4. Divide by the negative 2 to isolate the y. This negative 2 belongs to both the negative 6x and the positive 4. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 is 3. Bring down the x. And positive 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. Correct answer is C. I know some of you did not have an opportunity to try this, so can I have everybody read number 4 quietly to themselves, please? What is the slope of the line with the perpendicular,
Gary Nichols, can you please call for 8516? Gary Nichols, can you please call for 8516?
What is the slope of the line that is perpendicular to the line through the points 0, -3, and -2, -2? So let's first talk about perpendicular. If something is perpendicular, if I said I have line that's pink, and I want to draw a perpendicular line, what would that have to look like, Rodrigo?
Vertical line through.
A vertical line through. So not only is it a vertical line, there's a type of angle that's formed. Do you know what that is? 90-degree angle. And Stephanie, can you tell me about the slopes of these two lines? No? Do you remember, Gilbert? Okay, it's opposite. There's another word that goes behind it. Roger, do you remember? They're not both 0. This slope is 0 because it is horizontal, but there's something else. Thank you. Anybody else want to share with me what it is? It's called opposite inverse. And sometimes different teachers have different words, but it means the reciprocal and has to be the opposite sign. So as an example, if I told you that this pink line had a slope of positive 2/3, if these two were perpendicular, then the gray line would have a slope of negative 3/2. It's reciprocal and the opposite sign, okay? So I want to come up with what is the slope of the perpendicular line to the line that goes through these points. So let's first figure out what is the slope. I'm going to give you right now 25 seconds to figure out what is the slope that goes through these 2 points. When you're done, please look up on the board because I will begin now. So I determined that the slope of the line that crosses through these 2 points is negative 1/2. And I want to come up with the slope of a line that's perpendicular to this line. So if it's perpendicular, we're going to take this and we're going to flip this around. We're going to find the reciprocal. And we're going to change the sign, making it a positive 2/1, or positive 2. Before I go on to number 5, if 2 lines are parallel, what can you tell me? Same slope. What about the intercept, y-intercept? Different y-intercept, same slope. Good. Okay, here we go to number 5. If the slope of a line through the origin, so above that, let's write 0, 0. If the slope of the line through the origin and the point negative 2b is 2. Okay, so we have a slope of a line that's 2. I'm going to write this out right now. So I have 0, 0, and negative 2b. x1, y1, x2, y2. And this slope is equal to 2. Okay, well, let's figure that out real quick what b is. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And yes, you should be writing this down if you got the wrong answer. Correct answer is D, or you did not have a chance to do it yet. So b subtract 0 over negative 2 subtract 0 is equal to 2. b subtract 0 over negative 2 is equal to 2. Well, remember, when you subtract 0 from a variable, it's not changing the value. So like similar problems we've done today, if we want to isolate the b or solve for b, I'm going to do the opposite operation here. So opposite of dividing by negative 2 is multiplying by negative 2. b is equal to negative 4. Okay, I think that will help me as I go through the rest of this problem. So if the slope of a line through these 2 points is 2, and the line through these 2 points is parallel to that, then what is the value of a? Okay, so we know that this point, b negative 2 and a5 has a slope that's parallel to this. Well, the line up above has a slope of 2. That means this line has to also have a slope of 2 because it's parallel. And by the way, what is b equivalent to? Which value? So let's change this to a negative 4. Y sub 1 and x sub 1 and y sub 1 and x sub 2 and y sub 2. So I'm going to do y sub 2 subtract y sub 1 and x sub 2 subtract x sub 1. We know it has to have a slope of 2 because it's parallel to the previous line. We now want to solve for a. 2 negatives make a positive, so I have 7 on top. And 2 negatives make a positive. I have a plus 4 on the bottom equals 2. Now there are multiple ways to solve this. Multiple ways to solve this. I'm going to go back to something you learned in 7th grade. Please put a 1 on the bottom. Anybody have an idea what to do? Yes, yes. Go ahead, Blue Jay, what do you think? Cross multiply. 7 times 1 is 7. And 2 times a plus 4. Now be careful because a lot of students distribute the 2 to the a, but they forget to distribute to the 4. So 7 equals 2a plus 8. Subtract the 8 as we're on the process of solving for a. Negative 1 equals 2a. Divide by 2 and a equals negative 1/2. Now if you look up above, negative 1/2 is not an option in that form, but it's in decimal form of negative 0.5.